Welcome to today's Explainer. So, are you wondering how to conquer your financial tasks with, well, actual ease? Whether you're setting up your very first direct deposit or just trying to link an external account, finding your Chime routing number is honestly a lot simpler than you might think. Today, we're giving you a complete tactical guide to demystifying Chime's unique routing infrastructure. By the time we wrap up, you'll have all the exact tools you need to locate your banking details securely and, most importantly, with total confidence. Okay, let's dive right into our agenda for today. We're going to cover the fintech routing mystery. What is a routing number? Finding your Chime details, offline backup methods, practical uses and troubleshooting, and finally, security takeaways. All right, starting with section 1, the fintech routing mystery. So picture this. Millions of people open digital accounts every single year. They get completely ready to set up their payroll, and then suddenly realize, wait a second, where exactly is my routing number if my bank has literally no physical branches and no paper checkbooks lying around in my desk drawer? It's a super relatable real-world question. If you've ever felt stressed about setting up direct deposits without having that trusty piece of paper to look at, you are definitely not alone. But here's a fascinating little plot twist right from our source material. Chime is actually a financial technology company, not a bank. Because Chime doesn't have its own federal banking charter, it literally can't interface directly with the Federal Reserve payment rails. So to give you insured, regulated banking services, Chime users actually route their money through two separate, entirely invisible partner banks. Those are the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank. When you first opened your account, you were automatically assigned to one of them. Moving right along to section 2. What exactly is a routing number? Okay, so a routing transit number, or RTN, is a highly unique 9-digit bank identification code. The American Bankers Association actually created this whole system way back in 1910 to identify banks across the country. Think of it like a digital zip code. It is the exact specific address that directs your funds safely to the correct financial institution whenever you're doing domestic wires, direct deposits, or ACH transfers. And, this perfectly illustrates how Chime's dual partner system really works in practice. If your account happens to be with the Bancorp Bank, your routing number is 0311011279, which maps over to the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. But if you're with Stride Bank, it's 1031000195, mapped to Kansas. Now, you might be wondering, why use two? Well, spreading deposits across multiple bank partners helps Chime manage regulatory concentration limits, and it provides some incredible operational redundancy. Basically, if one bank's systems have a little hiccup, the other one just keeps humming along perfectly. Now, it's absolutely crucial to remember that every valid ABA routing number is exactly 9 digits long. No more, no less. The first 4 digits identify the Federal Reserve District, the next 4 pinpoint the specific bank. And that 9th digit, that is a complex validation check digit. It literally uses a mathematical algorithm to ensure the accuracy of the entire string of numbers before a single cent is ever allowed to move. Pretty cool, right? All right, let's get tactical with section 3, finding your Chime details. The Chime app has a super user-friendly interface, so finding this stuff is a breeze. Here is exactly how you grab your credentials. Step 1, just log into your Chime account on the mobile app or the Chime.com web portal using your password or biometric ID. Step 2, navigate over to the Move Money dashboard. And step 3, simply tap on Direct Deposit. Right there on your screen, your specific routing number and your checking account number will be clearly displayed side by side. And hey, here is a massive time saver straight from our sources. Chime actually lets you instantly generate, print, or download a pre-filled direct deposit form right there from that exact same menu. This is a total game changer if you're onboarding for a new job. I mean, instead of manually writing out those long 9-digit and 12-digit numbers on some tiny HR form, which, let's be honest, is how data entry errors happen, you can just hand them a formal, perfectly accurate PDF. Next up, section 4, offline and alternate methods for when you just can't get into the app. Let's be real, sometimes technology fails us, so we need a safety net of alternative retrieval methods. First and easiest, just grab your physical Chime debit card and flip it over. The back will explicitly tell you whether your account is serviced by Bancorp or Stride, instantly letting you know which routing number to use. Second, you can check your standard monthly generated statements. And third, if you're ever in a pinch, you can always dial 1-844-244-6363. That's their 24/7 telephone support, and they'll give you verbal confirmation right after you verify your identity. Oh, and a quick troubleshooting aside regarding app access, Chime actually has a pretty fun sense of humor, as you can see from this quote pulled straight from their iOS App Store release notes. But jokes aside, keeping your app updated really is the absolute best way to prevent login glitches. They regularly push out performance improvements, so if you're ever struggling to load that Move Money screen, smashing that update button in the App Store should definitely be your very first step. Moving to Section 5, practical uses and some really important troubleshooting rules. Okay, we need to bust a major banking myth right here. Because Chime uses this fintech partner bank model we talked about, their system is heavily optimized for the ACH network. This means your routing number is perfectly fine for ACH transfers, direct deposits, automatic bill payments, and online banking gateways. However, it will be absolutely rejected for traditional incoming or outgoing wire transfers. Seriously, if you try to wire money using these routing numbers, it's just not going to work. Always remember to select ACH when you're linking your external accounts. You also need to be super aware of this strict anti-fraud limitation. The name on an incoming direct deposit absolutely must perfectly match the exact legal name on your Chime account. If you go by a nickname at work, or maybe you recently got married but haven't updated your HR profile to match your Chime profile, those funds are going to be rejected and bounced right back to your employer. Make absolutely sure your names match perfectly to protect your hard-earned paycheck. And finally, Section 6, security and our final takeaways. Now, while we definitely strive to give you the most accurate guidance, please remember to periodically verify your own details directly on the Chime platform, just to be safe. But the big takeaway here is understanding the stark difference between your public and private data. Your routing transit number is public information. It's shared by literally millions of users, and it's perfectly safe to hand over for transaction setups. But your checking account number? That is highly private. It's unique only to you, and you have to keep it strictly confidential. Keep your passwords updated, keep an eye on your account activity, and never ever hand your account number over to a source you don't fully trust. So as digital platforms like Chime continue to seamlessly route our money through these invisible behind-the-scenes banking partners, it kind of leaves you wondering, what exactly does the future hold for the traditional brick-and-mortar bank? It's a massive shift in how the entire world handles money, essentially trading physical branch access for these frictionless, fee-free digital experiences. Well, we really hope this explainer helped you easily unlock some financial simplicity today. Please do remember to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for even more valuable banking explainers and financial management tips. Thanks so much for learning with us, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.